The fact that I even have to make this video is fucking ridiculous. Hey guys, it's Jade, and if you don't know yet, that it is RANT week on Worldwide Rejects, and that is pretty self-explanatory. So, if you guys don't know what the hell has been going on in the world, especially on Twitter, and especially with the 5 Sauce fam, then I suggest that you just go to an update account or something and just do some research. Okay, so there has been a lot that has happened, and I just want to start off by saying one little thing. We do not, what are the words here? Jesus Christ. We do not run the boys' personal lives, okay? We are not their mothers, okay? Is your name Joy Hood? Is your name Liz Hemmings? I think not. Honest to God, this has made me so mad. The fact that Callum smoking, Luke going out partying, and Ashton hanging out with that girl has made like worldwide news. Like, for fuck's sakes, even Callum smoking made the news. Like, that is utterly repulsive. Have reporters got nothing else to write about? Honest to God, it's not like he's the only person in Australia who smokes. For God's sakes, if someone went up to every single person in Australia that smoked and said, hey, you shouldn't do that, they'd probably get a punch in the face by now, to be quite honest. And if you didn't see, Callum actually DM'd a fan and thanked them for saying all the support that they said. Like, I love this kid to death. Personally, Callum, he is like everything to me. When I heard that he was smoking, I was like, okay, it's his life. I can't control that. Like, not even his own mom can probably control that. He's 19. He can do what he wants. Like, honest to God. And you know what? Yeah, sure. Smoking at a petrol center isn't exactly the smartest choice in the world. But still, why is this making news? Like, these pictures, do you want to know where these pictures came from? They came from a kid who calls himself a so-called fan. Yeah, that fucking Jaden Safefarth kid, or whatever the hell you pronounce his last name, I don't really care. He sold those pictures to freaking news stations. And he calls himself a fan? I'm sorry, but who the fuck do you think you are? Literally, like, this kid, I looked at his Twitter. He has a whiteboard of celebrities who he has sold pictures from. He has Taylor Swift, Sam Smith, Ed Sheeran. Like, I'm just looking at all this, I'm like, you are sick. Like, you are literally sick. What person calls himself a fan and yet has the decency to do that? I'm sorry, but the door is freaking right over there. You do not deserve to even get the freaking attention from any of 5 Sauce. And the fact that Luke follows him as well, I don't know why. God knows that's a whole other subject to touch on, which I'm not even gonna bother with. And also, something that I saw this morning ticked me off rightfully. So that girl in the red pants who Ashton was spotted with in LA, you know what? She's freaking hot as hell. She has a nice ass, and she is, oh, I would applaud Ashton for getting that. Honest to God. And this girl did her research on this chick. A girl that I follow on my timeline, she pissed me off so much. Honestly, this girl did so much research. She saw that this girl was a model. She modeled for Playboy. She did all this modeling stuff, and that she used this person and this person. Oh, and she only went out with this person because she wanted to hook up with them. And she only hooked up with this person because she was drunk. Like, seriously? You are seriously gonna go to the extent of looking up personal people's information just to make that person seem worse? Honestly, if someone is making a celebrity or anyone for that matter happy, leave them be. Who the fuck cares? Like, to be quite honest, if any of the boys were to see any of those rants where you're saying like, oh, like they should have more respect for themselves, or they shouldn't go for that girl, she's a whore, like, go fucking reevaluate yourself, please, because that is the most bullshit thing I have ever heard. If Ashton if they're even dating for that matter. If they're even dating, they're probably just friends for that matter. But if they are dating, good for him. He is dating a freaking gorgeous girl who is a model and he can get it every day. And every single person who is watching this bloody well knows that. That pissed me off royally this morning. You have no idea. I woke up, scrolled through my timeline and see that, and I see all that bullshit. It's like, honest to God, this is supposed to be a family. We're supposed to be a family. We're supposed to support the guys. I'm going to quote my good friend Lisa here. You can own the guys' music, but you cannot own their lives. Because honest to God, that is one of the most accurate things that I have ever heard. Also, I'm going to leave a link in the description to my friend Maria's rant, because she also did a brilliant job ranting about this as well. And I love her. Also, the fact that people are saying that Luke is whoring around, I'm sorry, are we talking about the same person here? Are we talking about that kid who wore the smiley face shirt? Like, are we talking about that kid who would stay up for hours studying for math? Like, we're talking about Luke Hemmings here. So what if he's going out partying? So what if he's holding a girl's hand? For fuck's sakes, he's holding a freaking girl's hand. He probably met her that night. In fact, it was confirmed that he met her that night because of all of their good friends, Josh. Josh is probably one of the sweetest people I have ever got the opportunity to interact with on Twitter. In fact, he favored about 10 of my tweets the other day, and he tweeted me back a solid 4 times, and he has confirmed everything with the boys, and he defends them till the ends of the earth. If that's not a definition of the greatest best friend in the whole world, then I don't know what is. Because all of their friends, their true friends anyway, will defend them. The ones that are just there just cause they can party with them, you can see on Instagram, they post pictures of the, like, with them. And then they say hashtag 5sauce, hashtag Callum Hood. It's like, you're not a real friend if you really have to put those fucking hashtags in your picture. In reality, like, I look at Josh and Eki, and I see them with either Callum or Luke, or any of the boys for that matter, and I'm just like, you know what, good for you, you're a freaking true friend. And they have been there since the beginning. And also, when that picture of Callum and Eki came out of them in the rain, like, I saw a bunch of people being like, who the hell is this girl, blah, 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 and I was like, okay, for that matter, do your fucking research. You know what, because they are best friends, they have been best friends since forever. And the fact that people are bringing down their friends because they're posing with them at a bar, I'm sorry, but no. If, say, I were to go to a bar with Callum, would I probably get a picture with him? Sure, but that would be the end of it. Like, honest to God, these people who are saying, like, oh, they used them, they did this, like, Callum with a freaking cigarette on the island. Who the fuck cares? It's their life. What do people understand? That celebrities, they have social lives too. They can't just live in a little bubble, okay? Like, seriously, I look at One Direction nowadays, they're trapped in bubbles. They can't even go out in freaking public anymore. Like, when they're on tour, we all saw that day when Niall and Liam were literally stuck in their hotel room. Literally stuck. Because you know why? Because of security and because of the fans. Fans were mobbing around the hotel and they couldn't get out anywhere, so they were stuck. They were in this little bubble. It's like, I know that they rose to fame so fast, but it gets to a point where it's like they can't even go out in public anymore. They can't even do meetups with their fans anymore. They have to have secret signings. It's like, it's ridiculous. Like, I know One Direction, they have gotten older. They aren't those 16-year-old boys on X Factor anymore. But the fact that celebrities like them can't even go out in the public eye anymore without getting either ridiculed or even Liam. Like, people are saying, oh, he's above, like, average weight now. Are you fucking kidding me? We live in the 21st century. Who cares about, like, how they look? Who cares about how they dress out in public? We love them for their music. We aren't here to criticize their personal lives. Even if they have girlfriends, if they're smoking, if they're like Michael Clifford hanging out in their man cave and watching Lord of the Rings. Who cares? It's their life, not yours. What don't you guys understand about that? That you cannot control what they do. If Callum goes out and smokes, let him. If Luke goes to a club and grinds on a girl, let him. If Ashton is hanging out with a chick in LA, let him. It's their lives, not yours. That's what you guys have to wrap your fucking heads around. Honestly, I'm sick and tired of seeing all this Twitter bullshit being all like, oh, they shouldn't do this, blah, 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 it'll cause cancer. Yeah, you know what? They're putting their own lives at risk. That's what they're doing. And you know what? From what I've seen and from what I've heard from my Australian side of the family, drinking and smoking is a daily thing. Honestly, you basically drink till you drop. That is the reality. And we all can see that the boys have been getting drunk basically every second night. And you know what? Good for them that they can hold their alcohol. Honestly, I applaud them for that because I sure as hell couldn't. And also, Josh, I'm gonna go back to him because I love him to death. He is supporting them, he's there, and he's there to make sure that they wake up the next morning with a glass of water right next to them to make sure that their hangover is just that much better. If that's not friendship goals, then I don't know what is. But this topic just pissed me off so much. Let them live their lives. Let them be. We are here for the music. We are not here to control them. If they really were having an issue with smoking or drinking, I'm sure that their parents would be on that. Because you know what? I have met their parents before at DerpCon, as you guys should bloody well know. And they are the sweetest people ever. They know what their sons are doing. They know for a fact that they are in the industry where you get ridiculed the most. And you know what? It sucks. And it's because of the freaking industry that they're getting ridiculed for this. And you know what? I have to say, I'm a bit ashamed of that. The fact that this industry has become the way it is. That it's not just about music anymore. It's about what they're doing, like, behind the scenes. Oh, is Lily Tomlinson and Eleanor breaking up? Oh my god, is Larry Stylinson real? Who the fuck cares? First off, Larry's bullshit, but I'm not even gonna touch on that. And just, in general, leave celebrities alone. They have their own lives. There is a fucking difference between going up to your fave and asking them for a selfie and then stalking them to the point where you are taking pictures of them smoking and then selling it to a magazine. There is a difference. It is called a fan and paparazzi. Put those two together and you have got the most fucked up person in the world. Honest to God. This topic has just made me so infuriated. I had to turn on my camera and talk about it right now. Otherwise, that would have been bottled up inside me for so long. But yeah, to summarize this, people on Twitter, leave the boys the fuck alone. Honest to God. There should just be things that shouldn't be on social media. You guys should not be hating on Callum for smoking a cigarette. You guys should not be hating on Luke for holding hands with a girl. Reevaluate your life and then come back to me when you've realized that you have been the most judgmental person in the world. And also, reevaluate the fandom that you are in. We are supposed to be chill. We're supposed to be that fandom that doesn't care what the boys do outside of music. We're supposed to be that fandom that supports them no matter what. And look at us now. We're all judging, like, at least I would say about 50% of you are either on the side that are like, oh my god, that's so bad for him. Oh my god, it's gonna ruin the reputation. And on the other side of things, people are like, oh, but can he do smoke tricks? You know what? I love this side of the fandom that much more because they're just so chill. And you know what? This has truly been a test to see who is a real fan in this situation. Honest to God, it's fucking ridiculous. So that concludes my rant for this week. If you want to follow me on any of my social media links, those will be in the down bar below. And anything else that I have referred to, I will put in the links below as well. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about. And yeah, bye.